Are you craving more plants in your diet, more fiber in your diet? Did you know that 2% of Americans eat enough fiber? Crazy, right? I'm Chef Amber, and I'm so passionate about showing you that what we put in our bodies matters now. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite plant-based meals, butternut squash noodles with kale, cumin, paprika, and a little bit of pumpkin seeds. All right, so first off, I've got one onion right here, and I'm gonna just crank this baby on high, and I've got about 3 tablespoons of avocado oil. Now, the reason I use avocado oil is because it has a high smoke point and it's better for sauteing. I use coconut oil, I use avocado oil, and you know what a new oil I'm kind of obsessed with that you can totally use here? It's from Thrive, and it's an algae oil. It's got a high smoke point also. It doesn't burn, and it actually does not have any sort of algae smell or taste. This is gonna be the next oil. Why don't I saute with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil? As a lower smoking point, the olive oil actually goes rancid. It actually can burn the olive oil. So I use extra virgin olive oil to finish my dishes with. I'm gonna let the onions saute for about 5 minutes. Okay, so my onions just went for about 5 minutes. There you are. Now I'm gonna add salt and pepper. I don't measure. Don't worry, I will give you the recipe below. But about half a teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon. A little bit of black pepper. So a favorite combo of mine is I've got some ground cumin. Reminds me of Spain. Indian food. Paprika, smoked paprika. I'm using a red, smoky paprika. That combination with the cumin, the caramelized onion. And we're gonna finish with this red wine vinegar, cumin, paprika. All right, so I've got my salt, pepper. I'm also gonna add a little bit of kelp, which is a seaweed, and it's really high in iodine. I add it to everything. I love it. Can't really taste it. You can sneak in about a half a teaspoon. So I cheated, and we're using butternut squash noodles today. Okay, I bought these organic noodles from Whole Foods. They're readily available. You can find them anywhere. You can also, if you have a zoodle maker or a noodle maker, you can totally do it yourself, which I do. But today I just wanted to show you that we're gonna do this in under 15 minutes, okay? So I added my squash. Right, I'm gonna let this just kind of toss around in the onion mixture. And then I've got 1 whole head of Tuscan kale. Here is a really great opportunity if you would like to do some substitutions. Every time I teach a class, I always say get creative in the kitchen. Don't be scared. If you don't like kale, do Swiss chard, dandelion greens, spinach. There's so many options. There's so many greens out there. You can do any sort of substitution. If you don't have a red onion, you can substitute a white onion. Just giving this a quick little stir. All right, I want to show you, can you see? Okay, I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of water. I'm gonna turn down the heat and I'm gonna cover this for about 8 to 9 minutes. Okay. Oh my gosh, that smell is literally to die for. That was about 8 minutes. See? I want the squash noodles to still be al dente, meaning I want them to have a little crunch into it. If you overcook this, it's gonna get really mushy. This is so great the next day and for leftovers that I still want that crunch the next day. I'm gonna finish this with a little splash of red wine vinegar, about 2 tablespoons. Okay. I'm feeling another little pinch of salt because I just tasted it. I don't really think we had enough. It's all about the acid and the salt. I always teach that. If you don't have anything else, salt, choose your acid. And what do I need by acid? Choose a vinegar or a lemon or an orange. Sometimes I make this with sherry or apple cider vinegar. All right, we're almost done. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, I want to just tell you how much I love this dish. First of all, this is plant-based. This makes a great meal on its own. Almost forgot the best part. My sprouted raw pumpkin seeds, okay? This adds a ton of plant protein, a ton of omegas, extra fiber. Remember how I said that 2% of Americans eat enough fiber? I mean, that's crazy. Already, this is loaded with fiber, loaded with healthy fats and plant protein. Now, I'll eat this just as is, like this, okay? If I want to have a plant-based day, I do eat meat, okay? Mostly wild fish and wild bison. But it's also great to serve this on the side with a big platter of roasted chicken or roasted fish. This way, if you're serving, a dinner to meat eaters and non-meat eaters, then people can add their protein as they want to. This is also really great the next day cold, heat it up. And one of my hacks I always like to tell you about is if you've got leftover veggies in the fridge, roasted veggies, throw them in the blender, add a little bit of veggie broth or water, blend it up, and you've got a soup on the go. Because for me, for one, I'm always on the go. It's hard to eat this in the car. And second, if it's on like day 2 or 3 of roasted veggies, it tends to get a little soggy. So I just throw it in the blender, and sometimes I'll throw in my bison or my fish, and then all of a sudden I've got a full complete meal. So this meal is under 15 minutes, full of fiber, full of plant protein, and just wait till you taste the sweetness of the butternut squash noodles combined with the smokiness of the paprika, the red wine vinegar, and the cumin. It's really delicious. And then the crunchiness of the seeds. I'm curious to see how you love it. Let me know, comment below, and let me know how your dish turned out, and take pictures, share them with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm Chef Amber LA. And for more sexy recipes like this, you can go over to chefamber.com. All right, until next time, happy cooking. Ciao, ciao.